Let's learn how to balance neutralization reactions. Here are some steps. The very first step is writing the word equation, which describes about which reactants are reacting together and which products are being formed. The second step is writing the chemical formulas of the substances involved in neutralization reaction. Balancing starts from the third step, and the very first thing you need to balance is hydrogen of an acid and hydroxide of a base. After balancing hydrogen and hydroxide, the next fourth step is to balance the rest of the atoms in equation by inspection method. And the last step is to write the state of each of the substance involved in neutralization reaction. If the question is given in the form of statement, then you need to write all these steps. But if you are provided with equation and you just need to balance it, then you will skip the first two steps. Let's practice by balancing some neutralization reactions. Here, in this statement, nitric acid is reacting with a base, barium hydroxide, and producing a salt, barium nitrate. Firstly, we will write word equation, and the word equation is nitric acid plus barium hydroxide goes to form barium nitrate plus water. Now it's turn to write chemical formulas of each of these. The formula of nitric acid is HNO3. The formula of barium hydroxide is BiOH whole twice, as hydrogen of acid reacts with hydroxide of a base and forms water. In a similar way, metal ion of a base, which in this case is barium, reacts with the negative part of acid, which is nitrate, to form salt. Now, how would we know the formula of the salt? For this, we need to write charges on barium and nitrate. As barium is the member of group 2 of periodic table, charge on barium is +2. And that on nitrate is -1. To write the formula, we would exchange the charge numbers. 2 would go with nitrate and 1 with barium. Hence, the formula of barium nitrate is BaNO3 whole twice, and that of water, H2O. Now, it's turn to balance hydrogens of acid and hydroxides of base. As in this equation, acid has 1 hydrogen, while base has 2 hydroxides. So we need to make hydrogen of acid also equal to 2. For this, we will place coefficient 2 before HNO3. Now in the fourth step, by applying inspection method, we will balance rest of the atoms. Let's first start with the barium, as there is 1 atom of barium on the reactant side and also 1 atom of barium on the product side. So barium is balanced already. Next, nitrate, as there are 2 nitrate groups on the reactant side and also 2 nitrate groups on the product side. So nitrates are also balanced. Now let's count the hydrogens on the reactant side. There are 2 hydrogen in the nitric acid and also 2 hydrogens in barium hydroxide. So 2 plus 2 equal to 4 hydrogens are present on reactant side, while there are only 2 hydrogens on the product side. To make the hydrogens on the product side equal to 4, we will write 2 with H2O. Finally, we are left with balancing oxygen atoms. There are 2 oxygen atoms on the reactant side, apart from oxygens of nitrate. On the product side, there are also 2 oxygens. So oxygens are balanced. Finally, writing the state of each substance. Nitric acid, barium hydroxide, and barium nitrate are in the form of aqueous solutions. So we will write AQ with them. And water is in liquid state. So we will denote it by writing small l with it. Now, if you are already provided with the word equation and you need to balance it, in that case, you will start from step number 2. That is to write chemical formula of each substance written in word equation. The formula of phosphoric acid is H3PO4, and that of calcium hydroxide is CaOH whole twice. Hydrogen and hydroxide react to form water, while calcium of base and phosphate of acid reacts to form salt, calcium phosphate. We can write salt formula by placing charges on calcium and phosphate. By exchanging charges, 2 would go with phosphate, while 3 with calcium. Hence, formula of calcium phosphate is CO3PO4 whole twice, and that of water is H2O. The next step is to balance the hydrogen of acid and hydroxide of base. Currently, acid has 3 hydrogens, while base has 2 hydroxides. We can balance them by making them equal to 6. This can be done by multiplying hydrogens with 2, while hydroxides with 3. So, hydrogens become 6 in number and also hydroxides. Now, step 4 is to balance the remaining atoms by inspection method. Starting with calcium, there are 3 atoms of calcium on reactant side, while 3 atoms of calcium on product side. So, calcium is balanced. Next, phosphate. There are 2 groups of phosphate on reactant side, and also 2 groups of phosphate on product side. So, phosphates are also balanced. Now, it's time to balance hydrogens. On the reactant side, there are 6 hydrogens in acid and also 6 hydrogens in base. So, 6 plus 6 equal to 12 hydrogens are in total on reactant side, while there are only 2 hydrogens on the product side. To make them equal to 12, we will place 6 before H2O. Lastly, it's turn to balance oxygen atoms. There are 6 oxygen atoms on reactant side and also 6 on product side. So, oxygens are also balanced. After completely balancing the equation, now it's time to write state of each substance. Phosphoric acid, calcium hydroxide, and calcium phosphate are in the form of aqueous solution. Aqueous solutions are represented by placing small HQ with the substance, and water is in the form of liquid. We will represent it by writing small l with it.